Welcome to readtheticker.com. Readtheticker.com is primarily a Richard Wyckoff logic site with the assistance from Gann angles and Hurst cycles. Even though the information on Gann angles and Hurst cycles is quite detailed and you can look at those individually, it's primarily designed to help assist Richard Wyckoff logic. In developing the site Richard Wyckoff logic, I looked for tools or had to develop tools that would assist Richard Wyckoff logic thinking. And the three tools that we've sort of used to assist in determining a Richard Wyckoff chart can be found in market timing, 3 RTT indicators, and here we have 3 indicators in the chart. They are RTT Steps, RTT Trend Power OBV, and RTT OBV Flat with an EMA between 30 and 50. Now, the text does describe a bit more detail, but I'll just take you through them. Okay, my chart's not centered. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, that's better. What we have here is Facebook daily chart. We have red and blue bars, red are down and blue are up on the close. And we have the first indicator of the 3 is RTT Steps. Now, as you can imagine, Facebook is widely followed. There's lots of volume in there. It's a heavily used site and it's showing promise for better earnings. They're monetizing their large membership. So what does RTT Steps do? What it does is that when you have big institutions, massive market players following the stock, the bid and ask is tightly controlled. What I mean by that is when stock falls, demand comes in and caps the losses. When price rises too aggressively, supply comes in at the ask and keeps price capped. That allows time for the big players to accumulate stock float when it's hard to come by. That means everybody wants to own a Facebook, and the only way they want to get it is try and have the odd little shakeout to push people out. But when it goes down, people are buying very quickly. And when I say people, I'm talking about the big boys. I'm not talking about mum and pop here. So they little vibrations up in the stock. They're trying to get the stock float as much as they can. No one's selling, so the bid and ask are tight. Now, they don't want price going up too quickly because they want more time to accumulate to squeeze the last bit of lemon juice out of the lemon. They wiggle it around as much as they possibly can to get every bit of stock float they can. And as you see to the right hand side of the screen, the price eventually starts to creep up because there's no more supply and market goes up. Now, as you can see, it's still going up in a controlled fashion because they do not want it to go up too fast. They want it to slowly have the stock goes up, because if it goes up too fast, it attracts short sellers. So let the big accumulators want to slowly build up the stock float. They know it's going to go up because the demand is strong and supply is weak. So they will see it creep up, but they will sell into it to stop it going up too fast. They do not want massive gaps up of $10, $20 at a time. They want to cap it and slowly build up steps along the way. RTT Steps is an indicator. When you use the settings above, it captures the range. It shows you which stocks have this tight bid-ask relationship, and the only people that can do this is the institutions. Obviously you see on the left-hand side when Facebook sold off, some strong selling came back into the market, but as you can see, the steps started to form again, and the control came back in. Where you see a chart where RTT Steps shows no control, that means the big boys are fighting amongst themselves, and they can't decide whether to accumulate or distribute. So if you're a retail trader, you want to see the conditions where the big boys have made a decision. This stock is going to go higher, it's going to be controlled, and we're going to squeeze the last bit of stock float out of it. Okay, RTT Trend Power OBV is the big green indicator in the middle. This is a trend tool. It's a volume weighted tool. It's like an oscillator, but it's volume weighted. And obviously the best time to consider this is if you're a stock position buyer. It means you like to buy a position in the market. Best time is to consider this when it's the indicator is close to minus 15, or it's gone past minus 15 coming back up, or it's gone past 0 and it's coming back up if you're bullish, or it's gone down to plus 15 and it's going back up. Okay, so the zones to consider the stock for entry are near zero, minus 15, or plus 15. As you can see here, the stock fell here from very high position down to zero. That's where you should be considering that for positions. And once again up here, fell down to minus 15. So you don't wait for the first tick. You've got to give a little. You've got to look at price action first, the Richard Wyckoff logic. These indicators can make you very lazy. The whole idea of the site is to use Richard Wyckoff logic. You know, selling climax, base forming, sign of strength, last point of supply. These indicators help you scan for charts which are near zero or plus 15. Will give you an idea, because we have our swing scanner have the measures of all stocks of RTT OBV. So just to summarise, RTT Trend Power Overview is a trend tool, and you want to consider positions in the stock when it's minus 15, 0 or plus 15, with understanding price action and Richard Wyckoff logic, with accumulation, markup, stepping stones, and distribution. The indicator down the bottom is called RTT OBV flat. An EMA between 30 and 50 is attractive. Best used with RTT Trend Power OBV. As you can see here, the stock is above plus 15. The RTT Trend Power OBV indicator is above plus 15. So you sort of find it a bit hard to time. Whereas if you go down below here, you can see where it goes back to zero, bounces up, its strength coming in, back to zero and bounces up, back to zero and bounces up. And you're a bit nervous when it goes a bit too far past zero until it settles and goes down near, when it gets closer to zero. So this indicator, RTT OBV, what this does, that this one does not do, is that where a close on the daily chart, where a close on the daily bar is high, and when the close on the daily bar is low, it's volume weighted. So just like a boxer in a ring, when he makes a punch, some punches don't hurt, but some punches do hurt. And when a bar has a high close and a good volume, that's a punch that hurts. Or in a rising trend that pushes the trend higher, we have a bar with a daily close which is low and good volume. That's a weak punch. That's a punch that hurts on the downtrend. So it's like a measure of the action of the chart. And sometimes, for example, you'll get a lot of this indicator be very strong while this one's still catching up. So this one, the RTT Trend Power OBV can lag the RTT OBV flat. For example, here, look how it shoots up here, and you'll see there'll be lots of closes, the good volume as the price marks up. And then there's a sudden drop off here. That's because there'll be lots of heavy selling coming into the close of this point here. And see, as it fell on the cursor down to the big deep red lines, lots of closes, very low with lots of volume. So the market's got lots of selling going on. So if you're a retail buyer, you really want to wait till it settles down and gets posted back to zero. And as you can see, all the strong selling that came down on Facebook on this period here, strong selling, pushed the closes into the low, lots of volume, and it didn't really settle up here. So this is a period of dullness after strong selling. That's when the market realised that supply had dried up and demand could come back into the market, and the steps started taking off again. For example, up here we had a bit of a swing down here after this upthrust here. Strong supply came in with low closes, pushed the market down quite aggressively, got down to minus 50 on RTT Trend Power OBV, and you see here how the close were punished with high volume. But as you can see, the supply dried up about there, and there was no more supply, and then the demand could come back into the market. So RTT Trend Power OBV is a trend tool. RTT OBV measures how powerful the close goes into the bar at the end of the day, with how much volume is behind it. Like I said, if you're watching a boxer and you're scoring a boxer, a judge will judge how hard a boxer hits his opponent. If it's a good hard hit, he'll give it a high mark. If the punches are light hit, he won't score it. So just like when price action and the daily bar has a good close with good volume, that's a score, up or down, and it takes into effect. I'll just say the RTT Steps. It's also a measure of a well-known term phrase called volume spread analysis. You get widespread low volume, widespread high volume, tight spread low volume, tight spread high volume. All that is, if that's all contained in a range with the bid and ask, you know the market's being controlled. If you are very keen on volume spread analysis, our RTT Wyckoff service within the RTT Plus, here's RTT Plus, and when you have a membership to that, you get access to RTT WC or RTT Wyckoff campaign. And within the RTT Wyckoff campaign, you get access to our volume spread analysis, or if you want to call it, volume spread resistant close support, explaining different aspects of wide, moderate spread, narrow spread. The spread is the difference between the high and the low of the bar. You get wide spread or narrow spread bar, and then you can compare it down to above average volume, and below average volume, and get a feel of what's going on in the market. Like I said before, the RTT steps for market timing, 3 indicators. These 3 indicators assist in determining when you examine a chart whether it's Wyckoff friendly. Thanks very much for watching.